Good morning, everyone. It's Rifgal playing some more Ikenfell, and we last left off heading into what seems to be the final area, and I am doing a bit of a grind, and I realized that instead of just grinding in the new area, I should be looking around for where these portraits are. So, starting off with one here. That'll allow us to go back to Gwenora and get some more rewards. I'm hoping that'll save me a little bit of time as far as getting money goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut away to these as I get to them, but I figure that will be the easiest way to do it and hopefully save a little bit of time on the grind and avoid over leveling more than I already am. Next one was pretty easy. I figured that looks like a telescope. Should get us another reward pretty quickly. And I was right. The rewards we're getting from Gwenora are largely monetary. So, honestly, this is working out really well. For my objectives. I also like the fact that with a lot of these so far, it does seem to be relatively close by as long as you have all the shortcuts unlocked. Okay, well that one's gonna take some exploring. Okay, that one's a little tricky, but looks like the roost, about halfway up, is where that one was. Ghost coin, mo money, and that is definitely in the gardens. Easy peasy. Pretty much just right inside the gardens. And hopefully that'll give me enough to buy some goodies. We'll see where I'm actually at. And whether there's more. If it was just doing the gardens though, there's not a whole lot of other places, assuming they're going in order. Mythic coin. Let's see if you can find this. That very much doesn't look familiar. I'll do a little bit of poking around or thinking, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we're gonna be heading back and probably making some progress here. And finally, before we get to the next area, Hilda is now over 100 power. I'm pretty sure we could push other people over if we just redid their equipment, but that's okay. Wait, what? Okay, this is not what I was expecting. I was just expecting a quick treasure chest. What are we doing? Oh no. we're still going. These are all different floors. It's not like it's repeating, because every single one of these has a slightly different candle around plan of the all cat. Are turned away by the Alcat. To be granted an audience, one must don the ritual attire. Another sparkly gem. We need 3 more of those to get the final item, I believe. I was looking at that while I was doing all this. Is that a thing we can do now? Like, I have no idea what that's referring to offhand. This might be one that I go look up because I would like to just get all this stuff out of the way before we head into the what seems to be the last fight. So I think we're going to cut away one more time and see if we can figure out what this is. Okay, so good news, bad news. The good news is it looks like the whole cat thing that we found is tied to the sparkly gems. So we can't, so we're close to finishing that already. I actually happened to bring it up last time without realizing it. However, the bad news is one of the sparkly gems is in this tower. So I think we're gonna go ahead and start progressing. I did grind up the rest of my cash, so everybody in the party pretty much has has the avian shoes, has their new weapon, and has either the true heart or the harvester. I tried to just pick based on where their base speed was. Because so harvester is power defense, true heart is defense speed. So basically, if they already had high natural speed, gave them the harvester, especially if they are someone who uses more aggressive attacks. And then I went through and just equipped everybody. I'm planning on basically using these 3 for the first section of this tower. And then if we find a boss, hopefully we'll get a chance to change and I can bring in Nell. Okay, let's see what is going on here. Is that going to be a fight? No, that is a... You just lose. Okay. Looking at these statues, seems to be one on the left with a mantle and one, or maybe that's hair, long hair and then short hair. Okay, this is definitely, seeing Aildra's influence there with the plants growing. That's very cool. Longfellows. Is that a... Okay, good. It's not a... Does not seem to be equipment. I was gonna say, that looks like it should be a held item. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Spectre Ale, the Dreamer hat, and a shiny gem, not a sparkly gem. There's 3 types of gems. We are... Okay, this is defense... Is this just pure defense, basically? No, it is a little bit of everything. It's just not as much of a little bit of everything as some of the other ones. Okay. Probably go ahead and replace one of the vertigolds with this, I guess. No, because that drops their speed. A little speed for a little attack. I guess let's go on Ima. Can I hit more than one of them? Yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and surge this. Timing on that first hit is always a little awkward, but that's okay. Not quite getting into position for Arrow Storm. So go ahead and levitate this away. And Arrow Storm. After messing around with them a little bit with the party dynamics while I was grinding, the thing I like while I'm doing progress in a dungeon is having some good AoE, the potential for some buffs in a situation where it's a slightly harder, and maybe some healing, but mostly it's AoE damage and some solid, like well-rounded defense. So that's kind of what I was aiming for with this party. These sparkles on the ground are driving me crazy. What just happened? That's what happened. So, just a basic puzzle where it flips both of the positions. What just happened? Oh, okay. Let's warp back here. By the way, I did just briefly investigate the crack in the ground, the first crack in the ground that showed up, and it looks like those are not something that we can interact with. I was like, oh, maybe that's like a secret passage or something that's gonna take me to like a hidden boss room. No. Those are straight up just cracks in the ground. Let's go ahead and meteorite here. This should finish this guy off. And with that, Marit's not going to be able to do it, but the other two should be able to easily finish this off. He said as they barely get by, and actually no, they're not going to be able to finish this off. Okay. But it's because of positioning. Oh wait, no, we're good. My entire thought was, oh, Aerostorm should be able to finish these guys off. And then I didn't think I could get it into position, but it looks like we can. Okay, looks like after 25 it slows, the leveling slows down, which makes sense. I felt like we were getting into this area where it was... Okay, that's just pure defense. We don't need that. We don't do pure defense here. Honestly, the most important stat seems to be, if we can get it, like, getting some good speed does seem to matter. Oh, okay, that's interesting. There's a thing over there. Cursed tie. More Longfellows. Okay, so that's something we need to be able to push things onto. Oh, it flipped the... Okay, so we need to go over here, hit the switch. And I'm assuming that one of these switches is going to reopen the door? Yeah. That was weird and didn't actually seem terribly productive, but okay. The romantic. Let's see what that does. Lower speed, but it has a better power and defense than most of our other stuff, it looks like. So the only way that I can feel like that's okay, yeah, I basically have to do that on somebody that already has very high speed. The tiny ghost is, yeah. I'm slightly confused by this now, but... Oh. No, can't do that. Okay. Oh, I think I see what you have to do. Okay. Welcome, student of magic. You have been judged worthy of to challenge the trial of sorcery. Who shall be tested? I don't know what this is. Let's go ahead and just chuck some meteorites at these guys. These are not the level 1 birds that we were dealing with the first time through the forest. These are clearly higher level versions. Oh, this better kill at least one of them. And that better be all the trial entails. Marita has completed the trial, now to claim your reward. Winter's End. Great. So what you're saying... Okay, so their ultimate weapons are all hidden in this dungeon. The annoying part here is that that means that, that means that I just did grinding for all of those weapons that I might have been able to avoid, but I also don't think it would have been a good idea. I don't know how doable those trials would be without the resources that we've got on hand now. I will say I wasn't expecting it, or I was expecting it to heal me after the trial, so that's a little annoying. Ooh, okay. So now we get to do more complex versions of this. I think it's still pretty... I guess I don't know how many tries I get. How many steps I'm allowed to take. Okay. There we go. There's a very similar version of that puzzle in Lufia too. The bomb tile room. Okay, so those enemies, those floor guys retreat when they get hit, it looks like. Summon Shovel Knight. That's just mean. And you know what? Before we break another... before we continue breaking the ground, I think this feels like a good spot to wrap this episode. So, I don't know how far up the tower we are, but we've only got one of this special weapon, so I suspect there's a ways to go. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.